uh, now coming from a government setting itself, I think the most important, thing to focus is the fact that unfortunately health becomes a state subject. So we've actually often seen that state to state, the situation varies significantly in terms of how they actually, look or provide services or ensure that there is necessary information among individual itself, that accessibility and affordability that both of them were speaking about. I think that speaks volumes of the fact of how the state takes health as a sensitive matter altogether. Obviously it's important to also speak of the fact that unfortunately mental health is not something that is taken as serious in our country as it should be. uh, and though people have said that yes, during the pandemic period we seen a change, but I often feel it's a very fleeting change that people actually tend to see it. Yes, if I have to speak from the setting that I come from, yes, the people who have, like, say, a BPL card, they get access for free, while individuals who have, like, say, APL category, they have to say pay, and that is also on a very lower amount of 150 to 200 that they actually pay. But there are district mental health hospitals and settings. People have tried to have general health, I mean general hospitals itself, into which that they can actually have the access for mental health itself, training the people, the ASHA workers, lay-led counselors, etc. Making the IEC material in different languages such that people who can't really, see, they can at least see videos or say read, or, based on that, make themselves aware. But I know for a matter of fact that this is not the situation for the entire country or the entire population that we are talking about. It's very, very difficult for the lower sections of the population to even come to the hospital. They have their own priorities, and sometimes the priorities as simple as going to work and doing their daily wage for,
Yeah.
such that they're able to ensure that there is food back at home. So to tell those people that no, you should come for a session, they will not do that. They will, I have got answers rather than saying that, I understand that there is domestic violence. I understand, the way, say, my parents are treating me or how my children are treating me is not really right. But I have to deal with it only because I have no choice sometimes, or this is something, and I really cannot come from, all the way from, say, village just for a session on this particular day. So, I don't have a phone to myself that you will speak to me or call me at this particular time and we can actually schedule sessions.
Mm.
Things do not work like that in our country. And and that is not something that I think we should negate. That is the actual reality of the state of affairs that we are in. Unfortunately, yes, the one of the major problems is also the funding that we have. It's it's really, really poor. If I may use that word, it is really poor in our country.
Mm.
I often also feel that the number of clinicians who are trained, when I say clinicians, I'm talking about psychiatrists, psychologists, and psychiatric social workers who get trained in our country. If we actually take the wholesome population and we actually compare it to the population who actually requires care, it's not even doing justice to that. So that is the state of affairs that we are dealing with. People who want to pursue MPhil PhDs under really amazing fellowships. I know during the pandemic
Mm.
how difficult it was for them to even receive their stipends. That is the state of affairs that we are talking about. So when we talk about government making things more accessible, they are attempting, but I would say
Yeah.
that this is again differing from state to state. Yes, maybe when I started my learning and practice, from there when I see today, Yes, there is a significant growth because you're trying to reach out to PHCs, you're trying to reach out to CHCs and ask them that, hey, do you need more help? Can I train you? I will give you free training. They're trying to have research projects with them because that makes it, they feel like, yes, they are also acknowledged. It is not just like the top down approach that we often talk about. Unfortunately, that was happening for a very long period of time. Now, yes, they're trying to shift the focus by having more the bottom up approach where they're going and asking people that, acha, what do you need? What is that? How can I help you? What do you think? What makes what are the barriers for you, or what's facilitating you, and accordingly providing care. But we're still in the beginning. It's a long path to go for it, but I'm being optimistic here by saying that hopefully things do change over the course of time.